So a very warm welcome to you, Katherine O'Shea. I'm so happy to have you on the show. It's been fascinating watching you doing your live videos. So I'm so honored to have you here today.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here. I also am so inspired by you and everyone I've connected to through you, from you, around you is just so amazing. So I'm just delighted to be here today to connect with everybody and have a
Oh,
little
thank you
chat.
so much. I love the way you say connect. I love it. For those of you who've never encountered Katherine O'Shea before, she's not my sister like some people think that I
Or
am.
cousin.
No, we're not related. But Katherine is an amazing animal communicator, and she's also a Teo practitioner. So, Katherine, do you want to start with how this all started for you, sort of back in the day in your childhood years, how you realized that you had this kind of connection to spirit and animals?
Sure. It was a summer morning. No, I'm just kidding. uh, being a child is such a magical thing, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
I think, I didn't realize, and I think this might speak to a lot of people actually, I didn't realize until much later in my life what was actually happening for me as a child,
Right.
spiritually. So, my spiritual channels were open. And by that, I mean, I could see third eye images. I was receiving messages. I would just know certain things. And I think a lot of children have that experience.
Yes.
And, there are some sharings about like that happens until you're like 7 or 8 or something. And then, things start to shift and you become more in the 3D human world in different ways, right? When we have different responsibilities and hormonally we start to change.
Yes.
But when I was a child, I just remember living in this like magical world most of the time. And I didn't really feel like it was side of me or it needed to be explained. I don't think I really asked questions about it. I just knew it was like this place that I could instantly go. And, I could see heaven's animals that's what I call them, like spirit animal guides and
Wow.
stuff in my third eye. I had specific ones. I had like a Cocker Spaniel named Patrick and, the imaginary friends, right? I had a
Okay.
basket full of white kittens and I also just had a connection to the animals that were here on Earth. And it wasn't like a scream at the top of my lungs, freak out when I saw an animal connection. It was a very deep thing for me. It was like, not that that's not deep, but for me, my experience was kind of quiet. It was just this connection. And I just had this like very intuitive way of kind of knowing what they needed and what they were communicating. And I could audibly hear them sometimes too. And I loved all different kinds of animals. But I didn't realize until later in my life when I kind of got, well, actually, I'll track back a little bit. I also loved going to church. I would go to church with anybody.
Right. Yeah.
Anyone, any kind of church, of love and light. And I would just go because I could see the angels and I could connect to
Wow.
the spirits and the source energy that was there, right? And I kind of tuned out everything else. I
Yeah.
was there in my child world, just in my connection, right? And, then when I got a little older, that's shifted and I became a teenager who didn't believe anything or didn't listen to anyone. And then I really connected to the universe. I thought, okay, I remember I told my mom, I was like, I don't believe in God anymore, but I'm going to believe in the universe. And Mom, it's the same thing. And don't worry. And I think she was she had an emotion about it because I was the child who was very into that,
I
and
think all teenagers go through that though, don't they?
yeah. And so then I kind of found my own way, right? And when I
Yeah,
was 27, I got a diagnosis of thyroid cancer.
that's right. Yeah.
And I went through the physical Western medicine. I was just so young, you know, and you hear those words and you're not sure what to do. You need surgery tomorrow, and then you need therapy and all this stuff. And I had no idea what it was going to do for my life. But shortly after that, I actually did feel like, okay, there is a way different reason for me to go through this. And I instantly heard, like, you're going to energetically regenerate your thyroid and have this experience in life, and this is going to put you on the path you need to be on.
Wow.
So I went searching for, like, any kind of healing.
I've got goosebumps listening to your story, you know.
I tried everything. I was really open, you know, everything that felt good. I tried many different things, and so many things helped me. And I found so many cool people and connected to so many different things, right? And ideas and possibilities. And then I moved to Hawaii. Within 2 weeks' notice. I was hairstylist professionally, and I had my own hair business in Denver, Colorado. And then I decided I was going to move to Hawaii. And in 2 weeks, I had planned a vacation there. And then I decided 2 weeks before my vacation that I would just move there.
I'd love to be able to do that.
So I did. And I found a lot of, you know, Hawaii is such a beautiful, right? Even just that rainbow island. I see you post so many beautiful island, ocean, amazing posts, Allie. I love each and every one of them. I'm like, I just sit there for a minute when I see it. I just like, okay, I'm there. Cool.
I know. I do that because they're my virtual reality. I just love the ocean. I love beaches. It's just so beautiful. So
yeah, I remember the first time I saw the ocean. I think I was 15 because I'm from Colorado. We have everything but the ocean, you know. We're in the middle of the US. It's like a square in the center. So and I remember having this feeling like, wow, I had no idea how much I missed the ocean. Like, or missed is maybe not, but you know what I mean? Like, oh, I remember
you feel
like,
homeful there. You feel like it's home kind of thing.
And the salt as well. I'm such a salt lover. I just loved salty air, salty skin. So it was so amazing. That was in California. So I moved to Hawaii, and it's such a beautiful place to find all kinds of spiritual connection, right? And I knew I was called there because I'm not actually this like super not thought out person, but I do get inspired through my heart, and I do try to follow my heart, and because it's so painful if I don't. It's actually, a lot of people tell me I'm brave, and I'm like, no, it's painful if I don't do it. And that's where I started studying more meditation, and I started going to this Tao center, and it's Tao as in source, not like the Taoism Tao.
Right.
So it was very open to everyone, and I like that. I want there to be there's room for everybody, and everybody's going to experience their connection differently depending on who their ancestors are, where they're born, what family they have, where geographically where they are, right?
Sure.
This connection is going to show up in its own way through nature and, you know, different traditions. So I like that. I like including everyone. That feels good. So
the Tao thing is different to the Tao practitioner, is it?
Oh, so I pronounce it Tao.
Okay. All right.
But it's Tao. And also it can be spelled Dao.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've seen a picture of you when you had a lady behind you doing symbols for something. Was that a healing, or was that a course to become the practitioner?
That was a healing I received.
Okay.
So she's a Tao calligraphy practitioner. And so the Tao part it's all in one stroke.
Right.
It's one stroke calligraphy, and there was only one like lineage holder in the whole world. And she taught this other healer, Master Shaw, Dr. Master Shaw, when so now he's a lineage older,
Okay.
when she was like 104 years old.
Wow.
And she learned this from the Taishu, the teacher of the last emperor.
Okay. Wow.
So there was no one else on the planet who knew this calligraphy, and she made a vow not to share it. But when she met this humanitarian, and she talked to who she talks to, and God, I think it was, and she was guided to share it with him, and now it's used as a form of healing. So basically
Incredible.
what it does is it brings that message from the source right through in this really beautiful way. And that was a healing for my thyroid. Yeah.
Oh,
So I would love to become a Tao calligraphy practitioner. I am practicing. I have my calligraphy paper over there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm just on the journey.
Amazing. Amazing. Incredible.
So that was,
I was just going to say there's a couple more people have joined us since we last looked. Linda Brown, Leander, Joelle Keane, Trisha, Charissa, Christian Cadillo, Lynn Gerardi, Art Granado. So just to say hello to everybody.
here, I'll send you my hearts.
So what was it like living in Hawaii for you? Because I've heard that it's really, really a very spiritual place to be and to live. Did you find that that was the case?
Yeah. Well, and I really feel like for me, that's why I was there.
Right.
Was to grow and learn about myself spiritually. And when I started going to that meditation center, it just opened up so much for me. And that's when my spiritual channels reopened. That's when my connection came forward in the way that it was. That's where I fell in love with myself. That's, where I learned really hard lessons. That's where I broke down in tears.
Yeah.
That's the one
amazing.
thing I'll say about Hawaii is to me, it is such a sacred, special place. And there are different people who share about, like, that's where Lumeria was and different, ideas about that.
Yes.
But regardless, it is, it is this ancient, sacred, the whole spirit of aloha, the whole indigenous connection is still there. And I really felt called to that. And I will say that, different places, I think, bring a different thing for each person.
Yeah.
And for me, it was like this deep, like I felt like I was being held and connected to Mother Earth, the divine mother, whoever it is. And I was also going through extremely deep purification of everything that wasn't going to get me to this moment. It was like, okay, girl, you came, you heard the calling. Now let's unpack.
Brilliant. I love it. You know what? I've just switched back to Zoom. There was such a time delay when I was watching us on Facebook. I didn't see your heart thing until afterwards, until about 2 minutes later. But now I've come back to the actual Zoom, so I can see you properly now. I've just figured that out, everybody.
Oh, yay.
So I'd like to say, you do amazing, incredible live shows all the time, Katherine, where you tune in and you connect to people's animals, whether they be here on this 3D universe or whether they've gone to Rainbow Bridge, which is incredible because it brings when we have fur babies, no matter whether they're a dog or a cat or a hamster or whatever they are, okay, they become part of our family, as you know, and it brings so much comfort to people, your live videos, and you're so generous with your time and the messages that you bring to people. Do you want to tell people a little bit about how that kind of came about, that you came to be giving the messages from sort of the spirit world of the animals as well?
Sure. Yes. So thank you for all your kind words. I really feel like, first off, I just want to share that I'm very honored and humbled to like be able to connect to this ability and to be able to share this with everybody. And um, it really is part of my existence, I think, to serve, to help other people. That's the only reason I can do it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only purpose. So yeah, like I said, when I was little, I could connect, and I didn't really realize that till I was an adult. So my spiritual channels started to open, and this ability to connect with animals came forward really strong. And the funny part about it is I think a lot of people have such a beautiful connection to animals, because they are that unconditional presence of love, right?
Yeah.
And connection. They're in the moment, they're going off the frequency and vibration, they're like balancing everything so that we can attract what we need and want. And they do it with such love, and they're so also in the moment. And so this connection came forward, but I didn't really recognize it, and I had everyone around me telling me about it, like your
Okay.
connection with animals. And I was like, I really.
Yeah.
So I even had a blockage, I had a blockage in my heart, like I wasn't connecting to that being something that, and everyone else around me was
Yeah.
like, and then I got my own little doggy.
Yeah. Tell
And then,
everybody what your dog's name is for those that don't
oh,
know.
his name is Mr. Ping. You can follow him on Instagram if you want.
Oh, has he got his own Instagram?
Yeah, he asked for it for like so long. And one day I was sitting down asking Spirit what I should do today. And then I heard in my spiritual channels, you need to set me up an Instagram. And I looked and he was sitting right there next to me.
I'll have to set Neo and Mishka up on an Instagram. That's so funny.
Yeah. He was like, I asked you months ago. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Because they can just serve with their picture, with their presence. Because you see, anyone who's seen my dog, he's over there. He's so hidden under the blankets, but maybe he'll come out. But if you go to my profile, you'll see there's a million pictures of him. But just even looking at him is like very heart opening, because he's so, so cute and he's so connected. He actually got brought as a 1.5-pound puppy to the center I was attending.
Wow.
When I was meditating. Like he knew, his soul went right there.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So then I started hearing the animals more, and I started like, okay, this is something I need to pay attention to and cultivate and develop just by being with it and opening my heart to it.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty much what I started doing. And I was practicing like some different ways of communicating safely. It's really important when people are learning how to channel and communicate that you're really doing it safely and your foundational energy is developed. So I spent years doing just that part,
Right.
developing the energy. And also, doing, for me, an important part was doing forgiveness for times where I gave people wrong messages in different lives or pretended like I had that ability when I didn't. Because I could feel that there was something blocking some
Right.
lessons to learn, right, around that ability for it to really open up. So I had to really purify it for it to be able to come forward in the way it does now.
Yeah.
And I learned how to do a direct soul communication, which is where, that's where I speak out their message.
Yeah.
And I was in a program for like 2 years to really learn how to do that in the highest and most aligned way. And I think it took me 3 years to get certified. I finished the course,
Yeah.
and then I just kept getting that. I kept getting the feedback that I needed to wait. I spiritually wasn't right quite there yet to be
Okay.
totally step into it. So that in itself is purifying.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's incredible. What a gift to
So I
have.
did it. Yeah. And now, I just, it's so amazing. Once I started doing it and sharing it, I was like, this is really helping people. And this is the love that comes through. I mean, for the first couple of years I was doing it, I just couldn't help but cry every single time because the amount of love that comes through
Yeah, it's
is just,
incredible.
yeah. And when they can tell you like what they need and also what you need to hear. And, you know, it's so helpful too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
Do you hear their voice, or is it just pictures, or both? You might have already
it's
said it, but
so I see pictures, images, and sometimes this all happens at the same time. I can hear things,
yeah,
and it's not like I would hear like I hear you,
yeah.
right? It's
It's more like a download.
yeah, it's like a download. You could call it that. So you know, sometimes when you're meditating, you see colors,
Hmm.
but they're not like the same kind of color as if you were to look at my shirt and see the color.
Yeah,
It's just a different way of sensing into it, I think. Well, it's a different way of receiving it.
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, and then also you know, I can feel it in my channel when they want to talk. I can just feel it and I'm like, okay, I have to really get out of the way. So those are usually the ways I hear, I see, and also I get a knowing.
yeah.
Like I'll just know that something. And lots
Wow.
of times they tell me their age or they give me a number.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, that's
wow.
one of the
Didn't know.
first things. So when I'm
Wow.
out and about and an animal starts talking to me,
Yeah.
they I feel the connection and then they tell me a number. And then so I'll go, "Oh, your dog's so cute. How old is he?" And they'll be like, and I'll before I will have heard the number 8
Yeah.
and or seen it or
Oh,
both.
wow. That's interesting because we don't know how old Mishka is.
Mm, yeah, we
So,
could ask her. And then I'll
yeah.
say, "How old's your dog?" And they'll say 8 and I'll go, "Okay." Or they'll say, "Oh, 10." And I'll be like, "Okay, how long have you had your dog?" 8 years. I'm like, "Oh, okay." So it's not always direct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes, because you know, time and space to our beloved animals is it's a different ball game than it is for us.
Yeah. Yeah. And Charlene is watching with us. Charlene, I'd like to give Charlene a shout out. I'm sure you would too. Charlene helps.
Yes.
Charlene Barnfield over there in South Africa helps out Catherine on her lives, which is
Yes, so
amazing.
much.
Also, Joelle Keane said, ha ha, we'll have to set up an Instagram for Charlie. That's her dog. Minnie May is watching. Leona is here. Trisha says, I know I'm not connecting to my pets like you do, but I do like to speak what I think the animals are thinking or saying. I've picked up on sign and signals. I love what you all are talking about.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
Brilliant. Just as watching Linda Sackett, Audrey Calhoun, John O'Donnell. Cheryl Easterbrook Salter says, I would so love to connect with my beautiful dog, Roscoe. Go on to
Oh,
Catherine's Lives. We'll give you all the information at the very end. Crystal Duchesne says, hello, everyone. Beautiful gifts. Thank you. Maureen is watching, and Rochelle is watching.
welcome everyone. Thanks for watching. So happy to connect to each of you.
Yeah. So you also talk about a song that's freely and widely available called Love, Peace and Harmony.
Hmm.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Do I want to talk about how much I love peace?
Yeah, I know you love it. It's one of your favorite
I want to
topics.
talk about it. That's like being like, do you want to talk about your child? No, I'm just kidding. But you know, it's funny. I really love this song, and it's special to me because of it's just brought to my life. It's so beautiful, and I love the whole idea around it. I love the message in the words, and also I am really sensitive, and some of you might also be. Like emotionally, I'm very sensitive. I'm very much an empath, and also I just feel that heart connection, you
Yeah,
know. It's like like when the first time I saw Allie, or you know, when you see someone and you're like, wow, I feel like I've known you forever and we
I
met 3
know.
minutes ago.
I know. It's crazy when that happens, isn't it?
It is. And so for me, I feel like that's a soul recognition. Or, you can use soul as in spirit, or soul just as frequency and vibration and message and information, like you're connecting to that.
Yeah.
And for me with this song, I instantly connected to that source frequency and vibration as something that was like really nourishing for me.
Mm.
And it was funny because I remember first hearing this song and I was like, I'm going to play this song all the time. And then later I learned that that's like actually a thing that a lot of people do, is
Oh,
just
really?
leave it playing all the time, because it creates a field of that frequency. And we know that if we have that, we carry that frequency, right? We
Yeah.
can create anything. We are the source. We are creators. And so when you're supported by that field and it activates that field within you, right? And what it does is it like can raise the vibration. So then the negativity and everything, which we know carries a lower vibration, right? I mean, even
Absolutely.
science. Yeah. And well, we know it. And even science, for those people who need the validation, is also now saying anger and,
Yeah.
all the negativity carries a lower frequency and vibration. And I think, Allie, you're such a beautiful, beautiful teacher of like, what do you want to attract and how that works. I love
Thank
everything
you.
you share about that. It's
Thank you.
so resonates with me really deeply. And one of the examples in my life has been with this song. So this song carries that higher love, forgiveness, compassion, and light frequency. So when I'm purifying or going through really, being in negativity or wanting to release negativity or feeling frustrated about something or whatever, right? As I go through, because I'm a human being, I have this frequency and vibration to help me. It's just a tool, to help me clear it faster. And I've
Yeah.
noticed for me that's what it does. So I started sharing it with the animals, and it's so amazing
Yeah.
how they respond to it. And because they communicate through frequency and vibration, they are like masters at that.
Yeah, absolutely. They're almost like source energy. Somebody's just asked what
Yeah.
song. It's called Love, Peace,
Oh,
and
sorry.
Harmony.
Love, peace, and harmony. And here I can put the website
Somebody
right here.
said, do our animals like it when we talk to them? Patrine said, how do they like us to communicate with them?
So yes, they do like when you talk to them. Does she have a dog?
I don't know.
Okay. They like us to talk to them with love. Just like you
Yeah.
would want to be talked to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. Who else?
Yeah, because they take on our negativity.
Yeah.
A lot of dogs have, and animals, not just dogs. I have a dog, so often I refer to that, but they have their spiritual channels open
Yeah.
too. And it's not even you have to have a negative entity attached to or anything. It's like, even if you have a negative thought, sometimes they can see it. Oh, it's a
Oh,
lower
wow.
frequency,
Yeah.
right? They communicate through frequency and vibration. So if you're really angry about something, or your neighbor is, they're going to pick up on that, and then they do whatever they need to do to balance it, to keep everything balanced and safe.
Interesting.
And with their beloved ones, they sometimes that means they take it on. So you see sometimes dogs who are like yawning a lot, or cats do different things, but also if they're peeing, all of a sudden peeing around, or they're releasing that energy is actually what they're doing. So
Oh,
um they that's another reason why I love this song for them, is because we just shared how it helps to clear them. And if they're
okay.
taking on a bunch of our stuff, then it's
Wow.
kind of a nice thing to do.
I didn't know they took on our stuff. Jean says, my sister Tina is watching with me and would love to connect to her dog that she just lost. I don't know whether you want to do any connections today, Katherine, on the show, or it's totally up to you.
Well, it's your show, Allie.
If you want to do that for a few people, you're more than welcome to do that if they want to. What do they need to do? Type in their
Yeah, so we could do it where we could open it up that way. Everybody's probably going to want to do that. So I don't know what you had planned for the what you want to do for the flow of your show, but the other thing we could do is we could do like a lucky draw and do
Yeah.
one person,
Uh,
or we could open it up and do whoever wants to receive.
totally
It's
up to you. How are you for time?
Oh, I'm good.
You're good for
Yeah.
time. Okay. Well, let's do that. Let's open it up
Yeah.
then. Lynn said, I had a childhood cat named Tiger or Puss, who was never really friendly to us. I'm curious about why.
Mm.
And then she said, I do that, playing a song I love over and over. Very interesting to hear what you were saying about the energy of it. Guys, Catherine has just typed into the comments the link for the song that she so adores, Love, Peace, Harmony. Sandra
Yeah, I think
said it's stuck. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Sandra. Heidi says, love talking to Maxie and giving him lots of kisses. And Asia's in the house. And Trisha says, yes, I want to connect. So guys, if you want to go ahead and just pop your animal's name in the comments.
The name and the type of animal is
Yeah.
important, because there's a lot of animals that have the same name and they're all going to want to connect. So we want the one that's connected to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
Actually,
go ahead.
actually what's happening is, you know, I'm connecting on that level that we can't see, right? Which our animals are so good at showing us that connection. So it's less, for me, I experience it less as a psychic thing, but more as like I'm connecting on the level of heart and soul, right? The level of message, information, light, spirit.
Yeah.
So when I connect to a specific soul, then I can receive the messages from that soul.
Lovely.
So if you tell me, and also if it's important to you, if it's an animal who's crossed over, I don't always get that information because I'm connecting to them on the spiritual level. So sometimes it's helpful if you want to mention that, you can. Just say they're crossed over.
Perfect. Tricia says, yes, I want to connect. Cheryl said, again, I would love to connect with our dog, Roscoe. He passed almost 4 years ago, but you also mentioned cats peeing, and I am truly having this issue currently. Our son moved in with his cat and upset the apple cart.
Oh, well, you have to tell me the cat's name if you want.
And the dog's name that passed over is Roscoe, that she'd like to connect with.
Okay. So if you let me know who, then we can do it that way. Should we start with Cheryl and Roscoe?
Yeah, start with Cheryl because she was the first one.
Okay. Hi, Cheryl. So, well, first of all, I'm sending you lots of love. I know it's hard to lose our pets because they are that presence of unconditional love physically. And the connection is still there when they cross over. And I know it's not the same, but it can still be deep and nourishing and beautiful. So that's what I'm getting to share with you right now. So I will connect. And everybody, it just takes me a minute to connect because I want to do it in the most highest accurate way. And I really want to make sure I'm not getting my brain involved in the message, because you don't want to know what you just hear from your animal. It's going to be much better because it's not anything I could think of, I promise. So I'll take a moment and connect, and I would just guide Cheryl to take a moment, and everybody, if you want to just kind of, you know, connect. I like to connect by placing my hand on my heart and one on my lower abdomen, just to bring that energy where you place your hands, right? The mudra can be where the energy goes, and just to bring that kind of like a hug, a body hug, and just connect in your heart to beloved Roscoe and the love that you have for this one. It's a dog, right?
Yeah, Roscoe's a dog.
Okay. And I'm going to connect to Roscoe, and I'm going to connect to his team and guides, and then we're going to have a message. So again, I'll either share however they share with me. Sometimes if he shows me images, I'll share about it. If he tells me something, I'll share about it. And also if he wants to speak his message by just using my voice, then I can do that too. Okay.
Excellent. It's a Dalmatian, by the way.
Aww. I always loved Dalmatians because I had lots of freckles as a child, and I felt like they connected to their spots. All right. How? So in my third eye, I saw him, he brought a red rope in his mouth and he kind of tilted his head. I mean, he is showing me the number 8, although I don't think that's how old he is, but however that is significant to you. And if I say something that doesn't resonate with you, anyone, my guidance would be just to let it go, because they have the opportunity now to share. So they might share things that you might not connect with now, but maybe like I get emails like a month, a year later, like, oh my gosh, I know what you're talking about. So I just wanted to share that. If you don't know what that is yet, it's okay. Just connect to what you do connect to, and he's going to share his message with you. And he's showing me like a blue, he likes blue, like a blue bed. Dearest, my beloved mother, friend, and companion, the first thing I want to share with you is truly how much I love you, how grateful I am for the protection, the love, the stability, and more that you provided me in my lifetime. And now he's showing me the number 13. You didn't know what our relationship would turn out to be, but you trusted your heart and kept me, helped me. We learned a great deal together. And this I want to celebrate in this moment. So just feel the love. And I just heard him say, you are my one and only. Oh, how just means perfect. I just like to start and finish that way.
Beautiful.
That was beautiful. Man, what I was seeing is sorry, now I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to reconnect to what I was being shown when he was sharing. Well, what I was just being shown was, you know, there was that moment where you're like, I'm not sure this is going to work out. But you trusted your heart, and he taught you a lot. And he was like he stood by you and you stood by him. It's a beautiful connection. It's so powerful.
She said she's crying her eyes out. He passed on August 8th.
Oh, wow. That's double 8.
Yeah. Lynn Girardi says, oh my gosh, so beautiful. I could cry. Charissa says, love both of your work. Thank you, ladies. Had a few animal communication sessions with Kyle from a communicator. Kyle has crossed and said returning in September to me. He gave me details. It's so unbelievable, but very excited. She says, any messages for me from Kyle? Thank you.
And Kyle's a dog?
She didn't say.
Yeah, just let us know.
Cheryl said, thank you so very much.
Oh, my pleasure. Yeah, so stay in that connection to his heart. Take time to connect to him, because he's actually he visits you and is around you in those moments that you feel like that memory comes to you, or however you experience it in your body or in your thoughts. In that moment, he's with you.
Yeah. Beautiful,
And
beautiful.
he wants you to feel free and supported and loved, just like he did.
Sharissa says her animal is a cat. Kyle is a cat.
Sharissa.
I'm
Oh,
not sure whether it's Charissa or Sharissa.
I think I know Charissa.
You
Yeah.
might do, yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Was there a question? No.
It says, had a few animal communication sessions with Kyle from a communicator. Kyle has crossed and said returning in September to me. He gave me details. It's so unbelievable, but very excited. Any messages for me from Kyle? Thank you.
Oh, he's going to return in September. Wonderful. Okay. Well, and there are lots of animal communicators, and we all do it different. And I think it's all really amazing. Yeah. How? Sorry, the energy is so beautiful. It just made me giggle. What a character, this cat, this soul. Dearest one, I had to bring some laughter into the room. This is a joy I want to share with everyone. I'm quite the character. This was part of what I needed to bring to you, Teresa, and what I bring to everyone now in this moment. My spirit is very strong willed, but also soft. I learned this from you. You helped me to cultivate this ability. It's something I needed to learn in order to advance on my journey. You're a beautiful teacher for me, and I want you to know that all that we have shared, all that we will continue to share, even in this moment, is nothing but pure love. Even in the moments that did not feel very pleasant for both of us, what we were learning was unconditional love. How? So what I saw is there was like a couple tiffs that's what I heard, tiffs that you might have had in your lifetime, and it was not really the way that you were together, so it was kind of, jarring, but there were such special moments for both of you in that learning. Like, it was very purposeful. It brought a great amount of love and light to you, which is a good learning. We can have these moments, especially with our animals, where they're really trying to teach us something, or we need to teach them something, or we learn together, and it doesn't always feel good.
Amazing.
And the other thing I saw was, at night he comes and like sleeps with you. He says under the stars, so he comes quite often.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful. So that was for Teresa. Thank you so much. Let me just go back up here and see. Trishness wants to know, do I need to know anything about my current pets?
Well, I just need to know.
Underneath that, she's written Sheila dog.
Sheila dog. Okay. And what's the human's name?
Trisha.
Trisha. Hi, Trisha. Okay, let's connect to Sheila. Sheila's living, right?
Think so. She hasn't said.
So Trisha, just connect to Sheila, and if she's with you, I love that name for a dog. I love people's pets' names. Beautiful animal companions. They have such
Yeah, that's cute.
beautiful names. And I just wanted to share with everybody, can you feel that in your heart, Allie? I can really feel it in
Yeah.
my heart. It's okay if you don't feel it. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just, that's how that's how I know it's like such a true message. It's because I can just feel it. Like my whole heart center is just like buzzing right now in a really beautiful way.
She's just said it's chic. Oh, Shika. I don't have my glasses on. Hold on. I think it's Sheika.
Well, Shika is also a cool name.
I'm sorry, Trisha. Oh, that's too funny.
See, we had to pause a moment to get that cleared up. Otherwise, we would have been hearing from Sheila.
That's actually really funny.
That would have tripped me up a little bit.
Sorry about that.
No, I'm just teasing. Okay. Oh, okay. So, just as I'm connecting, I'm starting. I can feel actually there's some pain in this, in this connection. One thing we can do to help us, I did read what she wrote, that she had to give her away because she couldn't pay that bill. Yeah, so I did read that. Yeah, but I also could feel the pain. And sometimes, this is our relationships with animals and how we support them as humans is so unique, and that's kind of a whole nother thing. But it isn't, it's set up. I wish the system was, I would love for all the pets to be able to be supported and all the vet bills to be able to be paid and all, everything to be able, for animals to be able to have access to the care that they need in a different way that wasn't like a decision we had to make around if we're going to keep our animal or not.
I know. It's heartbreaking, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not really right. It doesn't feel good or, and it is, anyway. So I could feel that though before I read it, and after I read it, I really could feel it.
Right.
Some pain happening, and the pain that's happening with Shika as I'm connecting is she's showing me her eyes, and there's a lot of sadness in there, and mostly because she's connecting to how sad and bad you feel about it. And that might not be something that's on the top of your emotions. You might not be accessing that all the time, but depending also on how long ago it happened. But when we get when those messages are created and those vibrations and frequencies, right, that are lower, are created of sadness, guilt is a really low frequency and vibration.
Yeah.
We actually carry that in our heart until we let it go and transform it. And when it's connected to another being, that message is also in that connection.
Yes.
So it's being felt, by both, whether they're aware of it or not. So that's what I'm seeing and feeling right now, is just this connection. So Shika would really like you to be able to offer yourself, and she's offering you right now, I don't know if it's a girl or a boy, forgiveness. It's important for you to forgive yourself, actually, because whatever has happened, what I'm hearing is Shika is taking responsibility for whatever happened to her being her journey and part of her lessons and karma, you could say, or whatever you believe in.
Yeah.
her path, and you both were involved in that, and there was a decision that was made. So then it shifts into you, the decision being the thing you feel about, but actually there was this whole other thing that she was dealing with and created for her own being, which was whatever injury or whatever she needed the support with. And it's a bit complicated, right? It's kind of layered. But the message I'm getting that's really important is to really receive her forgiveness.
Lovely.
So I'll just connect. She has a brief message. I'm going to try to hold it together because I can feel it's really strong. And if we want, I think it would be nice to guide us through a little forgiveness, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, you know, we all can have this. I noticed I've actually given away a couple of cats who, you know, they came to me. I took care of them, but then I had to go overseas or go, you know, and I couldn't care for them anymore. So I had to give them to somebody else. And I didn't realize that one of them, I wasn't sure what had happened to her. And I didn't realize that I was carrying around this like pain, this message of like guilt, and that I was bad and I did something, you know, I was responsible for her demise, her death, that she got eaten by a coyote or whatever story I had created. And then I got a message from my old college roommate who I left her with saying, you know, she crossed over yesterday. She was 18 years old. She lived a happy life with our children. And then all of a sudden I felt the messages lift and I was like, whoa, I had no idea I was actually carrying that around. I just didn't know. And I've done a lot of forgiveness practice with my pets over the years, because I had some pets where I was a little too young to probably have my own pet, but I was a really responsible child, so I see why someone would give me a pet. And I loved animals, but I could have taken better care of these animals, and especially this bird I had, and he became scared of things because I didn't spend enough time with him. And so he had that fear and that experience because I didn't, right? So I had this message of guilt, and I actually still work through that often. But part of the forgiveness part is, right, releasing that message, that negativity. And because really deeper, there is the unconditional love, and the animals, all of us really want to forgive each other, honestly, because we don't mean to hurt each other. And it happens all the time, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and hurting each other can just be exchanging a negative message.
Yeah, for sure.
Or I could share about how I think all people with straight hair are da 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 da, which I wouldn't do. But right, that creates a negative message, and then I'm telling you, so you're now a part of that message.
Yeah, and it's like an energetic bonding, isn't it? You know.
It is.
Yeah.
So, you know, that information that we exchange with people can be hurtful, and it can be done even when we think really badly about someone, because we know that we're connected on a level that we don't see.
Yeah, exactly.
And so when we do this forgiveness and we can help to release those messages, and sometimes it can be painful, but if we do it step by step, and the cool part of the way that I was taught to do it is on that soul level. So actually you can do it with your pets and you can help them too, because you know, I used to have a dog that would actually bite people, and animals.
Wow.
It was really difficult. He's one of my best teachers. And he didn't want to be creating that either, right? But there was something it was just in it was part of how he was. And so I like to invite him to, on the soul level, to do the practice with me, because I feel like it uplifts him. It can help him to uplift his positive frequency and vibration, and hopefully attract a different life and different exchange, and clear that message, whatever it is, fear or
yeah, so important.
So let's do that forgiveness practice. And Trisha, I would take this opportunity, if you have the time and space right now, to just sit and follow along. And the forgiveness is not so that we go deeper into the guilt and the pain of it. The forgiveness is actually to receive the wisdom of the lesson, right? The wisdom of, lesson's kind of a different word, but I don't know what else other word to use, the lesson of what opportunity we've been giving to uplift. You know, this is the opportunity, actually. So if we can all close our eyes, if you're comfortable doing that, you can put one hand on your heart and one hand on your lower abdomen, or both hands on your lower abdomen would be nice if you're feeling emotional, because this will help ground you to, you know, to that third chakra, or even your first chakra, which can be connected to relationships also. And let's just breathe in the light, and we're just going to call upon our beloved ones, and everybody can do this. So dear, you can repeat after me, and you can do it silently. Dear, the soul, heart, mind, and body of, and name your animal companions. So Trisha, you're going to say Shika. And I'm going to do it with my bird, Andre. I love you, honor you, and appreciate you. I invite you to join me and follow along in this practice so you can receive the benefits, the nourishment, and the upliftment. Thank you. So, dear my beloved one, you can name their name. I deeply and sincerely apologize for any negativity, hurt, or harm my ancestors and I have created for you and your ancestors in any way, in any lifetime. I'm sorry for not being able to care for you in the way that you needed. I deeply apologize for any moment I was not able to offer you my unconditional love and support. Please forgive me. So open your heart to receive this forgiveness. You know, we could have gifts delivered to our door, but if we don't open our door, the gifts will just sit there. Receive it. And I forgive you and all souls who have hurt or harmed me or my ancestors in these ways in any lifetime. I offer you my unconditional forgiveness. Please receive it. And I forgive myself. I love myself, and I forgive myself unconditionally. I know I am learning and growing, and in order to do this, I will make mistakes. And in order to truly grow, I must offer myself unconditional love and forgiveness. I love myself and I forgive myself. And so we just do the best we can, right? I'm going to say, I forgive you, you forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you, you forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. And I'm just going to sing the love, peace, harmony song in English really quick because It's just so beautiful. I want you to experience it in this moment. So just continue to visualize the light in your heart. The light just really being around you and the ones who you've called forward. Find that softness, that forgiveness, that love. I love my heart and soul. I love all humanity. Join hearts and souls together. Love, peace, and harmony. Love, peace, and harmony. I'll sing it in Hawaiian to bring that connection. E aloha mai ia'u. E aloha kako apau. E pili mai pu'uvai kako. Aloha manuhia lokahi. Aloha manuhia lokahi. How just means perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the message to you, Trisha, is I forgive you.
Wonderful. That was beautiful. Thank you so much, Katherine.
Oh, thank you. So everybody can just kind of see if they're, I don't know how you feel. I feel more peaceful in my heart, that's for sure.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. So calming.
It is calming. Yeah.
Patrine would like to know if you can connect with her dog Hunter, who passed away a long time ago.
Patrine?
Patrine.
Yes. Okay. How, dearest Patrine, this is your Hunter. There is nothing I could say that would actually describe the love that I have in my heart for you. Do not worry about me. I am free and where I need to be. I may find my way back to you one way or another, but it is important to honor the connection that still lives in our hearts for one another. How? There's all kinds of nicknames going on. And then did you get Hunter for a present, as a present? I saw that.
Wow.
So I don't know if you got Hunter as a present for Christmas or birthday or whatever, but that's what I was shown.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
While we're waiting for her to answer that, Tricia said, thank you, greatly appreciated. I'm the family animal lady and I'm being brought pets all the time. But some pets I could not handle and I had to give away. But I know now it was meant to be, and I know they are happy where they are. So knowing they all forgive me and there's no hard feelings is so great. Thank you, greatly appreciated.
Oh, yeah.
Joelle Keane would like to know if Charlie is having a happy life. She said he's asleep beside her on the sofa, soaking up the sun. Is he having a happy life?
Yes, he is. He wants you to have a happy life also. And so whatever you can do to like de-stress, just if there's something that makes you happy and you're kind of like, I don't know if I should do that, just do it.
Yeah.
And take him with you, like whether you can physically take him with you or take his love and his strength. Charlie is a very strong-hearted dog, and he shows you this. Like, he seems very, I don't know, I just keep hearing the word brave. Like, he has a brave heart. Yeah. And sometimes that doesn't look how we think brave, should look. But he has a very brave and still heart. Beautiful. And he's teaching you also how to do this. And so have some fun. That is, I just see you painting or creating something, like allow that to flow through you and he'll be by your side. And immediately when you asked, I heard, yes, but I want more treats, which is a reasonable.
I'd say Charlie gets lots of treats. He's spoiled rotten.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Patrine says, oh, I'll have to ask my parents. I was young, but we still have a connection and we explored a lot together. Mary Jo Licio said, can she connect to my cat Jasper? He was my fur baby life partner. He suddenly had stroke in February and his back legs became paralyzed and I had to put him down. I'm devastated and I have been depressed since. Oh, sorry to hear that, Mary Jo.
Yeah, sending you lots of love, Mary Jo. It's Mary Jo, that's who it is?
Mary Jo, yeah, and the cat is Jasper.
And Mary Jo and all of you who have lost a pet, if you want to stay, if you connect to me and what I do, if you want to stay connected to me, I am going to be doing like some more offerings and more free service, and then also opportunities to do private stuff and really help you to transform. So it's not for me to like tell you can't grieve or feel sad, but it's there's a way to connect to our pet's love that can actually help us heal those lower frequency and vibrations and still be going through our process, but in that love and heart connection without the guilt and the different things. Yeah. Yeah. So I think I've been hearing this for the last few months, and so I'm going to actually create a Facebook group for just that purpose, is to support everyone in where they're at in their grieving process and to reconnect to that love and to offer different programs and different things. So stay connected to me if you want to know more about that coming soon. Okay, great. That support will be there for you. Sending you lots of love. I'm sorry that you've lost your beloved one, and I know that love is still there. So let's connect. And this happens when we euthanize our animals, because this is actually a way that we do things. This is like how things go. And I've realized that even people who may not have a strong belief in God or whatever, if they're the one making the decision in that moment, afterwards, they can have those feelings of like, oh my gosh, I decided that. I was playing God kind of feeling. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So with that, naturally you're gonna have some emotions about that too. And also, you've just lost your best friend, your pet, your physical presence of unconditional love. So it's a lot to go through.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, Mary Jo. I just keep hearing Jaspy, Jaspy. And a little bell. And the number 13. And a very distinct, special meow. That's like very, that will make sense to you, I think. So the message is really to stay in the love and light around the passing. You did make that decision together because you felt like Jasper let you know when Jasper was ready. So trust that. You don't have to take on all the responsibility. This was also Jasper's journey. You know, we all have our journey. Even our pets are on their path, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they're also in their connection, whatever that is, to their guides, and they're being guided. And I just kept hearing, you know, you didn't think it was really the time for Jasper to go. Like it felt like a pity, right? Because you thought you had so much more time. So healing that is going to be very important for you. And start to celebrate the moments and allow yourself to feel into those memories and moments that were so wonderful.
She said he would have been 13 on the 4th of the 1st.
Okay. Yeah, I got 13.
A unique meow.
Yeah, I could hear it. I wasn't going to try to make it sound like how I heard it. I was like, I can't do that and do it right. She won't recognize it. So what happens is when you connect to those positive, this makes sense, right? You connect to those positive memories and the love,
Mm-hmm.
the frequency is going to get, higher. Yeah. And you'll start to feel better.
Yeah.
Because the depression is real. And that's also in Chinese medicine, depression is connected to the heart,
Mm-hmm.
that element, the fire element, which is also the heart and the small intestine, blood vessels, all that stuff. So really take care of your heart. Going into beating yourself up is not going to nourish you, and it's not going to make you more connected to Jasper, and it's also not nourishing him or her.
Yeah.
Because remember, you have your frequency and vibration, Jasper's frequency and vibration, but also you created this other field, this other soul of information that you're both connected to. It's your relationship. So you want to keep that nourished, and kind of going through those memories could help you. And it's okay to feel sadness about your pet not being there anymore, but it can also be a really sacred kind of sadness, more in the connection of, in the love of play, love, peace, and harmony. Keep your frequency up. It's important for you, actually, and stay connected to other people. And I'm happy to support you in any way I can too. I hope that was helpful.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Katherine. Let me see. We've got a couple more, and I think after these couple, I'm going to have to go because it's getting very close.
I think I can probably. Do we have just two, or? I could probably do one or two more, and then I actually have to go also.
Yeah.
We could do this all day, really, but
I know. But the thing is,
but life.
For anybody who has asked for a message that Katherine might not get to today because of our time, we're going to give all Katherine's information, and you'll be able to go on Katherine's lives on her
3
page.
times a week I go live.
Yeah. So don't panic about that. Okay, so let's do the last two that I can see here. Okay. One is Heidi. She just wants to know if William is okay, and it's a dog.
Yes, William is okay, and he just told me he's eating apples.
Wow. Okay.
He's happy. I see him just lying down, He's eating an apple. I don't know if he likes apples, but that's what he's doing.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and he's proud of you.
Oh, lovely.
Mm.
Lovely. Heidi's such a lovely lady.
Oh.
Okay, and then Vicky says, does my two parakeets, Sunny and Thor, are they doing okay? I lost them some years ago.
Can you say it again?
Do my two parakeets, Sunny and
Parakeet.
Thor, are they doing okay? I lost them some years ago, and that's from Vicky.
Sunny and Thor. Have you had many parakeets? There's so many parakeets right now. I love parakeets also, so I have
The parakeet, a parrot.
A parakeet's like a budgie.
Like a budgie.
That's
Well, I
my
used to have budgies.
Yeah, there's all kinds of budgies coming forward.
We had 3 budgies, 4 budgies actually, maybe in our house.
Oh, that's why. I think that's what a parakeet is. That's what I don't know where Vicky lives, but that's what we call them in America. Yeah. But I like how you said parakeet. It took me a minute to sift through your Irish.
Do I say it weird?
No, it was just, no, you say it perfect. You just say it how you say it. My ears, haven't heard you say that word before.
It's not a word I usually say.
So Thor and Sunny are okay. What I see on the soul level is that they could use some more love and light to nourish them. So what we can do to bring more love and light to souls is we can invite them to sing Love, Peace, and Harmony. We can send them lots of love. I'm hearing you could write them a little love letter or a little like poem or something, and it would be really nourishing for them. They do need some love right now. So they're okay, but sometimes just like us, our souls go through stuff, right? We're not always, there's lifetimes where we weren't living these light-filled, happy, manifesting, magic lives, so they just need some more light. So you can help them by sending them love. We can all do it right now. Should we all send Sunny and Thor some love and light?
Sure.
So everybody just close your eyes and say, dear Sunny and Thor, we love you. Dear all the budgies, we love you. We honor you. We appreciate you. Please receive all our love and light. Love, 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 love. We love you. 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 Oh, I actually heard them make noise and I saw wings fly.
Awesome sauce. Beautiful. Thank you so much. There is just one other lady there who lost her dog recently, Sandra Palm. What did she say? It's a lab mix today. I'm feeling, she didn't say what the dog's name is. Smokey.
It's what?
Smokey. Sorry. So I think this will be the last one now that we'll do today. And if anybody wants to receive messages from Katherine, as she says, she does 3 shows a week, and we're going to give, do you want to give your information right now so that everybody has it? Like if you've got a website, YouTube, I know you're on Facebook, Katherine with a K, O'Shea, and people can connect in with you then. And watch your live videos and the work that you do and connect with you however else they need to.
I am very dedicated to sharing the messages of the pets, and so I do go live 3 days a week, and it's also about like connecting, right? Making that connection and teaching and sharing and reconnecting people to that connection. And it's really a lovely time, and there's kind of a cool community. Like I always hop on Allie's lives because she has such a beautiful community of people who connect and follow her, and it's I feel the same way about about the people who connect with me too on Facebook. And I try to do it early on my morning on Wednesday and later on my Monday and Friday, so that everybody in every time zone has an opportunity to join and hear a message. I typed in the chat my website also, so you can click on my name to get to my Facebook. You can go to my website, soullightpetservices.org. Yeah, that's my information.
Thank you, Katherine.
I do private sessions, classes. There's all different levels for whatever you feel like you want to connect, and I would recommend it. It's just amazing to me how I had no idea what I was getting into when I started doing this, really, honestly. The amount of healing that happens is just, it's so amazing to me.
Brilliant.
And I'm just a vehicle. I'm very aware of that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. The conduit.
The conduit. Oh, March 2nd, he passed. Smokey. Wow, that was recently.
Yeah.
Sending you lots of love, Sandra. Okay. How, dearest, my most beloved, you are such a powerful source of light and love for those around you. I know at times this can feel like a burden or overwhelming, too much. I know that I helped you to stay grounded and connected to your heart. For I truly gave you all my love and would do it again and again. I'm still here with you and want to love you more and more. Please connect with my heart in those moments where you feel overwhelmed, and the moments where you just want to enjoy our connection. Sitting on the patio, enjoying walks, looking at the trees. These are things we can still enjoy together in spirit. How? And also now he's saying something like about loving pork chops.
I love it. Thank you so much for those amazing messages for everybody, Katherine.
Oh, thank you everyone for the opportunity. I really cherish in my heart when people open up and allow me into that connection in this way. It's so amazing to me. I feel so nourished and ready to start my day. So
beautiful.
He did love pork chops. She said he loved pork chops. I did not make that up or know that, by the way.
It's so funny. That is so funny. And also Heidi said earlier her dog loved apples. You were talking about her dog loving apples. Everybody is saying thank you there. And listen, it's been such a pleasure to have you on the show today. Thank you so much for doing that impromptu messages from people's animals. It's so kind of you to give up your time like that. So thank you so much. And for anybody who did not receive a message and would like to receive a message, again, connect in with Katherine O'Shea on Facebook, and her website is there in the comments, and just continue on your relationship with her in that way. And thank you once again for coming on with me today. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day over there. I was going to say in Hawaii, but of course you're not in Hawaii, you're in Colorado, aren't you?
Yes.
I feel like you're in Hawaii.
Which, by the way, my dog is from Hawaii, and then we moved to Colorado in October, and he was like, what?
That's so
is
funny.
happening.
Well,
Thank you so much. I love you with all my heart. I mean that in the sincerest way. I honor you so much, what you share with the world, and your journey and everything you've been through and how you empower and help people is truly heart touching. And I'm very grateful.
thank you so much. That's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. So we'll say goodbye to everybody for now. And thank you all so much for being with us. And I'm going to try and stop the live stream.
Okay.